Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Elkin, Pianim, CEO and co-founder of ProfPay. I apologize, we're starting on African time, but I will try and catch us up. So in the next make it 7 minutes, I shall introduce you to ProfPay, what we do, who we are, the market opportunity in Africa, and why we chose this space. So this is where ProfPay sits, in the middle of two parties who historically have had difficulty transacting. You have the UK retailer who cannot get their money, you have an African user who cannot get their goods. There's a payment problem, there's a logistics problem, and we solve both. So with ProfPay, a user can be in Accra, not have a credit card, shop online with UK merchants at our marketplace and collect their shopping locally a week later at a delivered cost only 20% higher than UK online. This is usually significantly cheaper than they would in Accra, and with a breadth of choice and an assurance of quality that is unavailable locally. Now, the good news for the UK merchant is that via the ProfPay marketplace, they have easy access to markets with significant latent demand for their goods, and it is risk-free as ProfPay handles the merchant's payment. This is a company snapshot. Our tech team is out in Slovenia. Our offices are in Accra, Ghana, because Ghana is our first market. And then our headquarters is in London. And London is, in effect, the capital of Anglophone Africa. So over the past 2.5 years, we've signed up high-profile UK retailers. We've set up an online marketplace integrating these retailers. We've built a proprietary payment gateway. And we've been licensed by the Financial Conduct Authority as a provider of payment services. Now, one of the most difficult things over the past years has been actually getting FCA authorization, because their issue immediately we told them that we're a payment gateway focusing on Africa was money laundering. Now, it took us a while to convince them that it made no sense to launder money using this system, because the truth of it is something that would frighten them even more. In Africa, in the markets we know, when you want to launder money, you just go to the bank. These banks have never met a cash deposit that they didn't like. Now, with the FCA, we finally convinced them that we had the right systems and the right procedures in place, and they gave us a license on the last possible day before they would statutorily have had to reject our application. So that unpleasantness aside, we now have this license, and the good news is it permits us to do money transfer, and it gives our partner retailers the confidence to have us as a counterparty. So we've raised about $0.7 million in seed capital from African investors. And for these guys to write us checks for our seed round was a pretty strong affirmation to us, because they are rather tough customers and incredibly skeptical. So, the addressable market. The theme of this conference seems to be, how big can it get? But first of all, we'll define the market. For us, Africa is Africa south of the Sahara and excluding the country of South Africa. And all this data, this 70 billion number, is culled from government data, and these governments are not great at collecting data. They tend to miss a whole bunch. So the number may be multiples of that, but for the sake of conservatism, we'll stick with that. So the 30 billion in imports is air freight on which duties have been paid. As you would expect, the customs systems are leaky, and duties tend to go unpaid. So this metric understates the magnitude of the opportunity. In addition, we assume that our channel is just air freight import substitution, that it will not displace local retail, and that it will not displace traveling to shop, which a lot of Africans do. For illustration, based on VAT reimbursement claims filed at UK airports, Nigerians alone spent $5 billion in London retail last year. Now, the $40 billion number is remittances through official channels. Again, it's a likely understatement. People tend to use unofficial channels for a variety of reasons. Now, the relevance of remittance is twofold. Firstly, we can do money transfer, and secondly, the diaspora remit money home. Part of this money is used to buy goods, and with ProfPay, the transfer recipient can buy at better prices and with a broader selection. So we get 2 bites at that cherry. Now, the characteristics of this market. Africa is one of the world's second fastest growing regions. And by consumers, we mean people who have household incomes above $5,000 per year. Now, the retail development is a function of history. Until recently, investment has just gone into the natural resource sector. And in addition, operating in these environments is a challenge. So retail costs tend to be high, selection tends to be poor. Now, interestingly, 3G and 4G have made broadband access universal in cities in Africa. So my internet in my Accra office is sometimes better than the internet in my London office. So this restricted access is solely a function of payment and of logistics. So with ProfPay, we remove these obstacles by having a payment gateway that serves everyone, from the guy with a black Amex card to the guy with no bank account but cash, and a marketplace with integrated logistics that enables cross-border click and collect e-commerce. So this is the payment gateway. The sign-up is like for PayPal. The gateway takes cards, cash, mobile money, and bank transfers. It has two-factor authentication, and we run the usual know your customer and anti-money laundering checks as fraud prevention and also to comply with the FCA. This is the marketplace, and this screenshot shows Austin Reed, and we keep adding partner merchants because we use that as an adoption driver. So how it works. We'll start with the user. The user funds their wallet, or they pay directly if they have a credit card that works. They go to ProfPayMall. ProfPay pays the merchants. The merchant ships the goods, and the cycle closes when the user collects the good from the collection point in their home market, and throughout the system provides updates via SMS and via email. This is how we conceptualize the development path of our business. You have retailer offerings as the user adoption driver. We provide the users with what they would not otherwise be able to get, and this gives us a user base that we can then plug into retailers who may not want to be or perhaps should not be in the marketplace. So this shows the retailers that we're launching with. These are UK brands which are iconic to Anglophone Africa. They are trusted, they are aspirational, and they are unavailable locally. This is the team, and we'll start quickly from clockwise. For me, I have started, bought, run, and sold businesses in the UK, the US, across Africa, across a range of industries, and I trained in Rothschild in New York as an investment banker, to the extent that investment bankers are trained at all. The man on the right, Kwame Achampong, came out of Google on DoubleClick, and ProfPay was his idea. Hence the name ProfPay. His nickname is Prof, so we wanted him to put real skin in the game. We name it after him so that when people's money goes missing, they know who to come for. This man, Nabil Mukhazel, is our logistics advisor. He founded FinaTrade. They are among the largest importer of soft commodities into 16 African countries, so he knows Africa logistics like no one else. This is Bojan. He's an expert in payment systems. He heads the team in Slovenia. Graham Green is our e-commerce guru. We call him Daddy Retail. He has 30 years of experience in retail. He was director of e-commerce at Ann Summers, N. Brown, and he's been instrumental in signing up retailers. And lastly, Karim is our CFO. He has extensive experience across Africa and in financial control functions. And this is crucial because liquidity management is a significant part of our business. Now, I'll wrap up by telling you why we like this business so much. It has a large addressable market, multiple revenue streams and user bases. The operation has robust margins and it scales easily. Finally, it has meaningful entry barriers, the most obvious of which is experience in operating in Africa, which is a whole different world and to our minds, one of the most exciting spaces in e-commerce. Thank you for your time and attention, and please get in touch with any questions or comments afterwards. Thank you.